In part 2 of this chapter, we are going to talk about how to dry and preserve the herbs. Then how to make the dry herbs into herbal tea and blend it into powder and store it. And finally, we will come to the interesting part, how to make honey globules or pill from the herbal powder. For fresh vegetable, before you dry them, you can use the salad spinner to spin and dry the water on the veggie. After that, you slice the veggie for easier drying. Now, this is a common veggie slicer. You fit the veggie from behind and roll the turning knife to cut the veggie into slices. This one is operated by electricity and can cut the veggie very fast. This is another one, and you can see the sliced vegetable below it. This is another simple hand-operated small chopper. You can pull the string and chop the veggie. You can get all this veggie cutter from common market, and you can cut the veggie into cubes, cross slices, or the long slices. Some sample of the slices here. This is the cross slices where you can cross cut the veggie. Good for tuber, onion, tomato, big chili, and etc. And this one is the long slices. Go for long and lifty veggie. This can be sliced by hand or using these simple slicing tools. Lastly, this is the finely sliced veggie. Next, we talk about drying the herbs you collect from the wild. To dry your herbs, there are many ways now you can do it. You can dry it with oven, under the sun, or hang it to dry. The best and most natural way is to wash and clean your herbs, then just hang them, upside down for a few days, like this one. Like the one I showed in the photo. Without exposing to direct sunlight and exposure to rain and dews. Just hang them in a windy places until it will be dry naturally. This photo, the herbs are dried and you can see the herbs are nicely preserved. This is another photo, how nice the herbs are preserved. Even the chili look beautiful. The nutrients of the herbs are also best preserved in this way. So this is how they dry the lavender in a bigger batch. Now, to sun dry your herbs, if you can prepare some wire mesh table for good ventilation like this, it is good. This is the hanging mesh type. Just to give you some idea, you may or may not use it. You can spread your herbs on top for drying. So when drying under the sun, best to avoid the hot afternoon sun. Morning sun is better. When it is dry, it can be stored in gas. You can even cut the juicy vegetable and dry it. Remember to collect the herbs in evening and do not expose it over the night, as dew and moisture may spoil the herbs. Even the juicy tomato dry well and preserve the color if we do it right. Now, not overheat until it burnt and not drying too long until mold grown on it. Try it a few times and you will become expert in dehydrating the herbs. In home, you can use the veggie dehydrator. First, put your cut veggie in the mesh tray, then put it in the veggie dehydrator, which you can get it easily in a common market. Now, if you are a little bit more serious, you can buy a small herbs oven. This is another home veggie dehydrator. There are many trays to put your sliced veggie. Last, this is a big controversy, drying the herbs using microwave. Many people confuse the microwave over nuclear radiation. They think that microwave is dangerous, this nuclear radiation. Those are unlearned folk who know nothing about radiation. Microwave is just the electromagnetic wave which can vibrate the water molecules using resonance. Your food is cooked due to water molecule agitated. Your food will not become radioactive or contaminated. Anyway, I just give you the technique. You use your own judgment to use it or not. In the technique of dehydrating the herbs, one technique is important. That is to dry the herbs by alternating heating and cooling. If you microwave the veggie for a longer time, it will be cooked, not dry. So we normally put the sliced veggie in a few plates, Then put one plate into the microwave and wave it. Initially say about 30 seconds, not too long. You should not heat until your veggie is cooked. If it's cooked, then your waving time is too long. Take out the heat plate and let it cool at room temperature. Meanwhile, put the second plate into the microwave to heat it. Then take out to cool and put in the third plate, so on and so forth. After the last plate is heated, the first plate may be sufficiently cool, and then you reheat it again. Repeat the process until the veggie become crispy. This is useful when you do not have ovens or the day is too wet to dry your herbs. At one time I'm in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. This is a rainy season and extremely cold. We want to dry some rose flower for tea. So I demonstrate to my student using the microwave drying. The rose remain red and beautiful after drying. And while making the tea, the color comes up so nicely. For eco-friendly and for various reasons, many herbalists, they do not like to use electricity or oven heat to dry their herbs. Then we can use the solar dryer. You can build your own solar dryer, very easy to build. Just make a cabinet and put glass on top of it. Remember to put some ventilation hole at the side, to let the moisture to escape and prevent overheating. You can also buy a ready-made one, like this one. For DXN, we build a huge solar dryer like this. Then we can put the herbs inside it, and during the night we need not collect it to store. So it is also eco-friendly, save a lot of money in drying the herbs.